So, can we start off with the LTS, perhaps?
Sure.
What actual responsibilities will we have to maintain the LTS? I mean, I'm pretty sure most security updates will be done from Ubuntu anyway.
Right, so the plan for LTS for derivatives is to basically any derivative that has an active development community, so that's mostly involvement within the last year or 2 years or so with active developers will be able to apply for an LTS. And when they do that, anything that's in main is going to be supported by Canonical. Anything that's not in main has to be taken care of by the derivative itself.
And the support is for 5 years now?
Yes, for 5 years, yes. So for 5 years, we will essentially have to fix any security issue that happens on any of the packages that are in Universe. And potentially, well, ideally also take care of bug fixes for these.
I guess it's generally agreed that we want to be an LTS, but should we have an EC vote on that? Do you think that's necessary?
We can vote. I mean, we have majority of the EC just here.
Right.
So, do we want to be an LTS?
Yeah.
Done. Okay, so that's done. EC Council approves Ubuntu as an LTS. So,
I think we can maintain the packages once we get ready to fight talk.
Yes.
Get rid of Autalk?
I think it actually has a separate.
Yeah, we have that.
It actually has a separate bullet point from that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
but
going to just mention it there anyway.
Yes.
In
Sure.
favor of
so
how do you spell that again?
Epoptis, E-P-O-P-T-E-S.
Great.
That's right.
Right. Another thing I definitely want to make sure we do before becoming an LTS is getting rid of Python support, Python Central for any of our Python stuff.
Sure. Just our Python stuff, not everything that we ship. Or
everything that we ship, yes. Because all the other media already did it last time. We are the only derivative that hasn't done it, and we definitely don't want to support that stuff more.
We have any packages that use Python Central or Python support?
Yes, we do. I remember the list being around 25 or so packages last time.
Oh.
They probably got fixed in Debian, so we need to recheck.
is there? Sorry, maybe you just said that. Is there a list of packages that that uses any of all this stuff that we can?
I had one for last cycle. I'm guessing it's pretty different with Precise because it's also released goal in Debian.
Okay.
So it probably got fixed for some of them in Debian. The other thing I want to do is grab a full list of everything that we have in Edbuntu that's in Universe and try to reduce that list to bare minimum by basically looking at dependencies that we can do without and make sure that any of the stuff that we wrote ourselves is not depending on stuff that we shouldn't. Like the Ubuntu menu editor should be ported to GI, maybe some other tools as well.
Okay.
Just adding a bullet point for the old cleaning up.
For like the object introspection stuff. Okay.
I think for the LTS that's really mostly what we need. Another difference with an LTS is that we actually get point releases.
Oh, yeah.
So Edbuntu 12.4.1 would likely be released around the end of July. And so that's going to be, we also need actual testing for Ubuntu every usually 3 months, then 6 months, then whatever it is for LTS. To make sure it continues working. But I'm guessing can probably help with that because you'll be using that anyway.
Yes.
So. Yes, that's good. Something else we should discuss, I guess, as part of the LTS plan is whether or not we want to support ARM. It's an option that's on the table, but I don't know what we want.
You mean actually?
Do we want to add an extra architecture? Do we want to support x86, AMD 64, and ARM-HF?
That's a tough question.
Yes. That's basically, do we think the educational market is going to switch to boards and stuff within the next 5 years?
I think it probably is going to become very important in the next 5 years, but is it important now?
We could do it for the next 8 years. I mean, we could have 1404 bid ARM-HF, and we'll be fine with that. I'm not even sure why Ubuntu actually did it, because like Ubuntu, there's a clear reason behind that, which is they actually have commercial partners shipping stuff with it installed. For Edbuntu, I don't think we have any of our current kind of partners on the what was the name? An website that actually ships ARM hardware. So I don't think it's important at this point.
Yeah.
And if they really want to, they can still do custom build. So I guess we could probably do it for 1404. I guess that would make sense. Because like LTSP is going to be a nightmare if we want to do that.
Yeah.
Rest it should be fine. LTSP is going to be tricky.
Yeah, I think 1404 would be a really good time for that as well.
And we might choose to do it not for 1404 itself, but 1310, so that we have something that kind of already tested and everything, so means we can release for 1404.
Yeah.
It's also a bit risky because Ubuntu is going to switch to ARM-HF and it do it for the LTS. So I would rather not add more bugs and stuff to look for.
Did Ubuntu decide whether they want to be LTS or not?
I don't think so. I haven't talked to Jonathan yet. I remember but he booked me a few times on IMC asking what our plans are. So I would think they probably want that, but I'm not sure. Because KDE is a bit tricky. Well, I'm definitely not going to take care of point releases and stuff for KDE. I might do the security updates, worst case scenario, if they choose not to be an LTS. But people shouldn't count on us uploading the point releases for KDE. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm going to note that just so that we have it officially noted somewhere.
One thing that's also worth mentioning is the canonical security team said that the derivatives should send them a list of packages that are outside of main that they want the security team to just look at. And what they do is if they actually see CVs and critical security bugs and stuff, they just poke us.
Okay.
So yeah, we need to do that as well once we actually finalized on the list of packages we want. Okay, guess we can switch to LTSP now?
Yeah.
Alright. So improvements to LTSP Live. So basically I ended up just rewriting LTSP Live entirely 2 days after feature freeze. It works, but the good news. Now it could work a lot better.
Yeah.
Things I definitely want to do is modify the Ubiquity plugin to use the same code as LTSP Live itself. Okay. Because currently it's 2 different implementations, talking with 2 different ways to network manager. It would be nice to just have one, so that it's properly integrated, and if you already chose like a network card in LTSP Live, it's going to reuse the same for Ubiquity, that kind of stuff. Besides that, I think the big thing we need to do is proper error handling and progress when actually running LTSP Live. Yeah. So that you see like, oh, it's doing that thing, oh, it's done, oh, job, it failed doing something. I think that's basically what's important. I don't think we should try to get anything else in it.
Yeah, I agree. That's all it pretty much needs for now anyway.
Yes, I mean, it works. I mean, it's using the same language as you're running your live session in. It's it's using Unity 3D, which doesn't work because of that Mesa bug, but yeah, well, not much we can do there, except making sure that this bug doesn't exist in Cycle. Yeah. So I guess LTSP Live we should be good with that. We could do a lot more for LTSP for sure, and don't want to. We thought having stuff like fat clients and everything in it, not for LTS.
Yeah. The next one.
Yeah. I mean, we already had way enough work items last cycle. Well, hopefully you actually have some time to do a Ubuntu stuff this cycle, so maybe I can actually have reasonable loads. Right. So LTSP Live, I guess that's good. Oh, and the next point was actually what I just discussed, so that's nice as well. Right, so the next one is just a bug fix, but kind of critical one.
The Ruby one?
No, the fixed package selection.
Okay.
That's, you know, the step where you can actually cherry pick packages when you install Ubuntu. It wasn't working if any of the columns were showing the TF-8 characters. So if you were installing in French, you just wouldn't see it.
Okay.
I'm guessing it probably affects Greek as well, I don't remember. I know I saw mixed results because when I'm actually testing at Ubuntu final release, I usually try in English, French, German, Chinese, Greek, Spanish, and Arabic, and had a weird mix of results. We definitely want to make sure that we get the exact same experience, whatever language it is.
Yeah.
Also, while we're talking about locals and languages, I would really like if we can make sure our strings and such and stuff are frozen a lot before feature phase, because we are already getting issues getting translations, and the more time we have, the better. I mean, we got a lot of translations 2 weeks after the release. And even with the code translations and everything, we got a lot, but not enough. If we could get the slideshow and stuff done like a month before feature phase, it would be great.
Before feature space specifically, or
I mean,
string freeze.
Worst case scenario, it should be done by feature phase. I don't technically we can wait till UI freeze, but I don't want to. I mean, we at Ubuntu will have few enough changes that we can pretty much be done with the slideshow. I mean, we could basically just finalize the content of the slideshow next week.
Yeah.
There is no reason to wait till UI freeze to upload it.
Yeah, indeed.
So if we could get it for like, I don't know, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, that would be great.
I'm going to make it Alpha 3.
I don't have a release schedule around, so I'm not sure exactly when that is. Let me see.
Well, even Alpha 2 should be fine. We can aim for that then.
Yeah, we can always delay it for the scenario, but yeah. We've been doing way too much of that last time. So Alpha 2 is... Oh yeah, Alpha 2 is perfectly fine. Alpha 3 doesn't exist, so very good. Alpha 2 is basically 2 weeks before feature phase. So yeah, that's perfectly reasonable.
Talking about the installer as well, do you know if the Ubiquity wallpapers are the right one for the last?
It does.
It does?
Yes, I fixed that.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I just had it on my track list and just wanted to check. So that's great.
Yes.
Is it something that will stay fixed?
Should be. It's hard-coded at Ubuntu in the installer now, so it should.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. I think I'm actually looking for Ubuntu default explicitly in the Ubiquity code. And if it's there, use it.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna be upstream now, so. There's a few advantages for that. Yes, for background in user share background, Ubuntu default and user share background worthy wallpaper do something. So whichever it finds first, it uses. And Ubuntu is the first one in the list. So yeah, works. Let's see, that's been fixed. Right. Did I actually add an item on there for the extra step for Ubiquity? I didn't. Alright, so I guess we can...
For SSSD integration?
Yes. Yeah, support authentication, yes. This one I would actually, target to Alpha 2. If we don't have it by Alpha 2, we're just going to drop the feature entirely.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't want to do Edbuntu stuff past Alpha 2.
And let's talk a bit about that. What do you want to? You want to be able to authenticate against ID, obviously.
Yes, AD, OpenLDAP, eDirectory.
ID, LDAP, and eDirectory as well.
Yes, I mean it's just a variant of LDAP.
Okay. I've never.
It's just a matter of which schema you use for eDirectory or OpenLDAP. So
Okay.
should be fine. I mean we can also advertise support for Apple directory, but that's just OpenLDAP, so whatever.
So I guess for the next Ubuntu, after this, we could probably go, if FreeIPA is ready, we can probably target that old server-side stuff that's been a goal for like 6 years that we barely touched.
Yeah, if we could, I'm guessing, I wouldn't say next release, I would say next LTS actually. Next LTS would be nice to have as a goal to get FreeIPA plus school tool, possibly some other educational thingy, probably a Baptist server actually, because by the next LTS you should have it.
Yeah, of course.
And have all that integrated with FreeIPA for authentication so that you can just install the Ubuntu server and then just join clients to that domain and you have authentication and single sign-on and everything, including file server and whatnot. But that's like long-term goal.
Should we perhaps work, do you remember Ubuntu had a strategy document at some point? Should we perhaps, during this release, work on some kind of a product strategy thingy for Ubuntu, so that we can put that in a long-term roadmap so that people know what our plans are?
Yeah, I guess documenting the long-term roadmap would be a good idea, yes.
Can I take that?
Absolutely. I wasn't planning on taking it.
Stefan, except for AD and LDAP, it would be nice to have an option for Scottish libSSH PAM library, which sounds much easier for small schools than LDAP.
Yes, it could be, yes. Except I don't expect it to work by then.
By 1404?
1404, yes. Yeah. But 1404, if we have FreeIPA working, it's going to be much easier than Scottish stuff, actually. Because you take Edbuntu, install it as server mode, you get a web interface where you can create users, groups and stuff, and the client just says, here is the server, you enter login password, done.
Okay.
So it's going to be easier than SSH for that specific case. We can definitely try and support SSH because it's easier to integrate an existing environment. But the default and the one we should really recommend is going to be FreeIPA versus SSD. Because it's basically giving you a single sign-on to websites, to whatever. So we can basically have, you log in on an Ubuntu machine with your network password. You're going to get shares mounted automatically without prompting for password. You're going to be able to just start Firefox, go on school tool, it won't ask you for credentials or anything, so it's going to pass Kerberos ticket.
Right.
Which is a lot better than what you can do with SSH off.
If it works.
Yeah, well, it does on Red Hat. The problem is that stuff is a mess as an upstream project, and they need to clean up the dependencies so that it can get integrated. But
good plan.
I mean, 1404 is, I think, realistic target for that, and we should have it. Yes.
Nice.
All right. Authentication. Okay, so next we have
Refresh artwork?
Yes, that's surely your stuff.
And I don't think it will be much more than updating a wallpaper because we're pretty much in sync with what Ubuntu has, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And one thing that I actually like about that is people don't think Edbuntu is just Ubuntu with another wallpaper with another artwork. When it doesn't have different artwork, then it actually forces him to look for the actual differences.
Right. I mean, we could try to get some kind of bite-sized item to the community and see if some pick up. We could technically try and aim at Unity lenses, Unity kind of thingy, and see if someone would like to make like a Unity education lens. where you can basically see like educational resources that could be useful, I think. It should be fairly trivial to work on. I'm just not going to do it, but it would be nice to look and see if someone from the community is interested in that.
I agree. Well, we can blog about that on Edbuntu.
We could actually have like that as a network service on the website. So have a Drupal module that actually manages that list, and the lens would just connect Edbuntu to the top grab that list, so we can actually push new resources and new news and whatever to the desktop using that. Which I think would be very good. Because that would let us push more up-to-date content and stuff to the desktop quite easily. Yeah. Just writing down some items. What else? Oh, yeah, FTSP Live. Yeah. Okay. Just to make it easier, can you take the action item to go in front of the TB for Edbuntu?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be less confusing than me doing it and also being a TB member.
I understand.
Any other action from... Yeah, yes. Right. I guess we can give an action to Alkis to get Ubuntu in Ubuntu and working.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to take the action item on getting the lists for stuff in Universe and the Python stuff. Not fixing it, but it's getting the list.
Oliver has this project where he wants to engage more people in the ARM team, because the ARM team is basically just mostly canonical, but he wants to build a community around it. And he wants to get some hardware as well for this. And I was wondering if maybe we should, for the next cycle where we actually target some ARM stuff, maybe we can integrate that with Ollie's plans and get him involved. That would be a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, 12.04 is going to be the first ARM release that actually has hardware acceleration and stuff built in the distro. So I'm guessing that cycle is going to be a good time to start playing with it.
Yeah. So can I have an action item to speak to Ollie about that?
Oh, sure. That's going to be a whole lot of action items for me again.
They're all stuff that you wanted to do.
Well, it's kind of like trying to make it less of a pain to maintain on long term, mostly. I mean, the SSD is basically the only new feature I'm really working on, I think. Okay, so an action item for artwork. Did you take any of that?
I took wallpaper and to create the bite size bugs for Unity lenses. I guess we first need to figure out what kind of Unity lenses we can
What
make.
did you write wallpaper? I
I
don't see it in the action items.
Indeed, I missed that one actually.
You took slideshow as well, right?
Yeah, that's usually my department.
Yes. Well, I did it last time. No, actually, I think you changed the version number, and I removed the slides and updated the version. Yes. All right. So Ubuntu planning is good. What's that? All right. So back to the actual. Hey there.
Yeah, just sorry.
All right. Now, from switching away from iTalk, I guess what we need to get is just Edbuntu into Ubuntu, then try to get by default and fix whatever is broken, right? That sounds like.
Well, I have the security stuff ready in a couple of days. I guess Vagrant can upload it to Debian in a week or so.
Yes.
And after a couple of weeks, it will be.
Yeah. So as soon as it's Debian, you just tell me, and next day it's going to be in Ubuntu.
Right.
So apparently, I'm getting pretty good at getting stuff new in Ubuntu now.
I already got support for TH-Python 2. And I don't think it needs anything else for the first release.
I'm sure Vagrant is going to get most of the bugs and stuff in Debian.
Right.
Then I'm going to sync that in Ubuntu, put it by default, see what breaks, give you comments, and then you can fix stuff, get that edited in Debian, you can just sync.
Right.
I don't expect we'll need any Ubuntu specific changes on about this, so we should be fine with just having it in Debian and syncing. Right, so I guess the current action item is fine for that. Get Ruby working. Sure, give me that one. Actually, I have a branch working on my laptop, so I just need to push it.
Okay. Get Ruby working.
I just need to find a Windows machine that has like 8 gigs of free space, because Windows 7 requires 12 gigs just for the operating system, and then you have to get the 4 gigs for the Ubuntu, and then 5 gigs to actually install it. But I have a nice server back home that has like something like 9 terabytes of storage. I guess I can use that.
Okay, so what's next on the list? Do you have anything else before you publish?
Should I write it down? It's some development stuff, and then to get it to the archives.
Okay, great.
Currently, you've got like get Edbuntu to Debian, Ubuntu, and switch to DH2. So I guess that's fine. Actually, can we make that Alpha 1? Because Alpha 2 is kind of late. I mean, if we just switch to Edbuntu in Alpha 2, it's going to be freaking late.
Okay.
Alpha 1 means you've got till, let me find schedule, did open second ago. Right. So you've got till early December to get it.
Okay, but we can still get newer versions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's just I want it set by default in Ubuntu by 1st of December, basically.
Okay.
Just so we have more testing and we can fix stuff.
I'll have it ready by the next week.
Okay.
As long as Vagrant uploads it quickly.
Perfect.
It should be completely doable.
Yep. Alright, so back to, so next one is Drupal 7 website.
Sure, yeah. I'm not kind of completely feeling up to that one. But you've used Drupal 7. Do you know what actually goes into migrating from Drupal 6 to 7?
Migrating is pain. Well, migrating from Drupal 6 to Drupal 7 is fine. Migrating from the mess that we have on Drupal 6 to Drupal 7 is going to be kind of hard, because we've got a lot of custom modules in there.
We do?
Well, I seem to remember installing like 15 extra modules on it.
Oh, I purposely try to keep it as completely simple as possible.
Because I mean, the WebLive module has been tested on Drupal 7, that's easy. The content should be fine. The trick is really like custom modules for table of content and slideshow and whatever.
Oh, the slideshow isn't a module.
Oh yeah, right. You changed that to just custom block, right?
Yeah.
I guess
Should
be fine.
Is also
but, I mean, the biggest
well
part really is going to have IIS fix the mess for permissions on the disk.
Yeah. Should we add an action item?
I'm fine taking this one. I can just go fight.
But I'm going to put it under your name just so it's on record that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess we need the theme updated for Drupal 7. That was a paid-for theme, so there should be an updated one. I'll check with Rocket Theme if there's a newer one that we can use.
And besides that, I'm not planning on much work on the Drupal side. I mean, if we get a Unity lens, I'm perfectly fine writing quick backends and stuff, so we can just like have an admin interface. We can add more stuff because that's going to take me like 5 minutes to do, and it's fine. Not going to do anything weirder than that. I've already spent like 2 or 3 days at the release sprint fixing the Ubuntu website. So basically, on the file system now, it's properly split per release and everything.
Yeah.
So we can actually like, well, I still have 20-ish sprint runs, I guess, to go through, but it's mostly well split, and we can like just create a new release as a new folder, put everything in there, copy paste the page, done. So I'm pretty happy with the state, that part of site. So I guess we should just keep that.
Yeah.
Switch to Drupal 7 because it's just faster, the UI is better, we can have SSO in like a few seconds, so we can just have the Ubuntu website team have access as admin on the website and be done with it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty as much changes as we want to do.
Do you want that as an action item as well? Implement the SSO for...
Or just let's switch to Drupal 7, that's going to be part of it.
Okay. Migrate to Drupal 7?
Right. At least I've got database access, so I can dump the database and load it on test instance somewhere.
That's what I plan to do as well.
And if IS is too much of a pain fixing permissions, I'm just going to replace the index.html by redirects from one of my servers until they fix it.
I have no specific objections, but I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point. They can't do much about it except fixing the site. Right. That's really a whole bunch of action items. Do we have anything else?
Yes, you mentioned, and I'm not sure if I've misunderstood previously, but the Edbuntu fonts package is currently just a meta package on its own.
We want to switch that to a seed, yes.
Okay, so should I take that?
Sure, prepare a branch and I'll merge it.
Okay.
I don't think we want to do much more for the seeds.
Yeah.
I mean, package selection is mostly fine, I guess. Is there like any tool that's in the archive that you're using that's not part of Edbuntu?
No.
Okay.
Then I know we're probably not going. Well, there's probably likely that we're not going to do it, but I want to bring it up anyway. LTSP through upgrades. That's been a...
Yeah, what actually...
We're not going to support that until we switch to the new stuff.
Indeed. I was wondering if there's something that we could do now to smooth it out if we implement it in a future version.
Gadi started moving stuff already. Gadi started moving stuff.
Yeah, so that...
so you'll get the version that was before that, those moves?
It's likely, yes.
Okay. I'm going to note that
I don't think there'll be that part. I don't think will be too risky. So
it depends, because from what I saw, they did it wrong. So yes, it's risky.
That's okay.
From what I saw, they moved the stuff to bottom, which is wrong.
It's wrong.
Yes, it needs to be pre-mount.
Used to be pre-mount.
Because if it's in bottom, it's going to fail with the new scripts that we wrote for NetRD management.
Wait. Stuff is in pre-mount, stays, LTSP and BD stays in pre-mount, and the bottom stuff is just for the new plugins that...
Right. Yeah. Anything that's to do with mounting / needs to be in pre-mount. Right. Or it will fail when we have the new initial methods.
It will say that. Okay, let's see.
But we still have a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be converted, and I don't think we're going to get there in time, really.
By Alpha 1, of course not, but I don't know, let's give an eye open.
Do you have any plans for WebLive in Edbuntu?
Oh, it works.
It does indeed. So I
Keep
take
it
that as a
working.
no.
Yeah. My usual web live item is keep it working.
Okay.
Until I get bored of it and just stop doing that.
People like it.
I mean, the one on Eric is not even complete at the moment. You can't install whatever package you want on it. It's just default Edbuntu for now. I might fix that. But it requires like a week of work to get it perfectly cleaned up and using the new code and everything.
How's the server managing? Because I was thinking it would be nice to start promoting that again because we've been kind of quiet on WebLive. Well, we've been quiet on everything for the last 6 months. But it would be nice to promote that again. Will your server actually handle these packs?
Well, we have only 2 servers at the moment, and yeah, they should do that fine. I actually don't know what the current stats are on it.
Does Unity 2D work on WebLive?
Ish.
Okay. And does the lenses work? So if someone wants to try out lenses or try...
Yeah, they do. The only thing that doesn't work is global menu, because you actually need to keep it clicked when you go through the menus, but for whatever reason it doesn't stay open when you just click once. Besides that, I think everything else was fixed, and that specific bug might have been fixed because I actually showed it to Upstream Unity 2D when I was in London and said that it should be fine. He saw what the bug is and gets an idea of what that could be. So yeah, hopefully we might get something fixed in this area.
Our current Edbuntu Council expires next month, so we need to set up elections again.
Yes.
And also we need to change the term to 2 years because it was 1 year, but we decided back then that just the first one will be 1 year and then after that will be 2 years.
I guess we need to, you need to do it ASAP so that we can get Scotty to say yes, so that we're good. Because the otherwise Scotty is going to vanish again and it's going to get out of the way.
To be honest, that's his choice. Well, yeah, we want him on, but...
it's a case of like we've got a fixed number of members and I don't see why else we would get.
Yeah. Indeed.
So if we don't want to get stuck with the election not having enough candidates, we need him.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a really active concept anyway.
Indeed.
And we had what, like 1 EC meeting since last time we got elected?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we didn't have much applicants at least.
Well, we have like 1 every 2 years.
We should maybe have a session at next UDS for Edbuntu community growth.
Oh, we're actually at over 100,000 sessions now. For WebLive. 100,067 sessions.
Should blog about that.
So we probably, based on the number of users per day, I guess we actually went over the 100,000 yesterday. Or this morning. Let me try what stats still yesterday. So, did you take the action of dealing with the PC thing?
Yeah.
Good.
Andres helped us what to do.
Which one?
To deal with to set up the Edbuntu Council elections with the CC.
I'd rather take another one.
Okay. I'm just checking.
You know how the politics work already, so.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good good set of actions and a pretty solid plan, I think.
Can you just make sure we've got milestones associated to every of them?
Oof, okay.
I did 4 of mine. Well, or if the ones actually added.
I'm going to pretty much, should they be completely realistic? Because I'd rather make them earlier than later, and if it's really necessary, extend.
Yeah, that was on making them.
Website stuff I'm going to make later, because slightly later,
Yeah,
like
me
Alpha 2.
Actually going to make that by beta 1 for the website stuff. For mine at least. Because I'm pretty fun upgrading to Drupal 7 a day before release if we need to.
The Edbuntu project roadmap, we need to make that Alpha 3. Well, even beta.
There's no Alpha 3?
There's no Alpha 3.
Oh, indeed. Just beta. New wallpaper we can target really early as well, I think.
Yes.
Maybe not Alpha 1, but Alpha 2.
Alpha 2 sounds good, yes. So we can make sure that any screenshot that exists is up to date.
All the seed stuff I'm going to make Alpha 1, because
Yes.
there's no reason to delay.
Well, this one is not even Alpha 1, it's like next week. Or the Ubuntu concept stuff. When are we expiring?
Next month, close to the end.
So Alpha 1 is definitely too late.
Well, it's set up the Edbuntu council elections, not the actual elections. So that's like talking to the CC, telling them what to do.
But when we expire, we should have had the election like 2 weeks before we expire.
Yeah.
So if we expire next month, Alpha 1 is way too late. Alpha 1 is 1st of December.
Good point. Good point.
So it's basically next week. That's you need to write that, I guess.
Next week. That's what I mean.
Okay, so I guess we've got action items with time for everything. That's amazing.
Yeah, we have. Oh, I was going to say we have 5 minutes left in the session, but it technically is at the end now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 10:45.
Nice. Good timing.
Yeah, good time.
Okay, so I'm going to copy paste all of that in the blueprint on the whiteboard, and I'm going to check next week that we actually have everything in the right format so that we actually get action items working.
Was there anything else you wanted to add? Or was it good?
No, not for now.
Amazing.
For the next releases, we'll release it to TSP and all the flat client and stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's it's.
Why is copy paste committee screwed up on Launchpad again?
Yeah, blueprint thing is on top. From 12.10, we can try reusing the same source of image that we talked about at the BTS and save a lot of space.
Yeah, indeed.
Maybe once I actually fixed that bug that Lamont opened a while ago.
Which one was that?
Splitting LTSP server so that we don't have to install all of it and build it.
If you're willing to review that, I can take that.
Well, my plan actually is to try and not do any Ubuntu specific changes to LTSP and try to rebase on what we have in Debian. Ideally, I would like to sync LDM with Debian and not have to care about it.
Right.
I was talking to Colin Watson yesterday about getting my problems with getting ubiquity into Debian, and he actually suggests that maybe Ubuntu will be basing on the Debian live scripts and get rid of Casper, because they're so similar anyway, and there's no reason to have a fork anymore. Well, not a fork, but something different.
What I would actually like at this point is that Jasper gets merged into Casper, and then maybe we can look at merging Casper into NetScript.
Yeah.
We've got way too many stuff doing the same thing. Alright, so blueprint is updated, so if we lose the bad, it's fine.
What problem does Ruby have, and what can
it's just not shipped at the moment.
Oh.
We need to have a Ubuntu support in it and get it checked. Okay. Time for a break.